So I'm back with some more Marvel books that I have gotten from Amazon, okay? I'm starting to put a huge collection together. I'm gonna have to remodel my room, build some more shelves, or put some more shelves up, I should say. I don't build shelves, but put some more shelves up and make a dedication area in my room dedicated to Marvel. With all the comic books that I have over the years since I've been a kid, with all of the movies, the cartoons I own on DVD, as well as these books that I started to buy. Now, my mom bought me 3 books, and it started me on this course of getting all these books that I can get with the different backstories and mostly like encyclopedia type books that talk about different Marvel characters. And I also bought the DC Comics Encyclopedia, which I showed in the previous video. But I just bought these 2 books recently. I don't think I put this one on video, and I just got this one right here, the Spider-Man one. So I'm waiting for the Fantastic Four to come, but definitely I'm on my superhero collecting hobby thing right now. So I want to just open up a little bit of it. You guys can see that like comic books. I know these videos don't get a lot of views, but that's fine. I'm sharing it with whoever likes comic books like me. So as we open up this book, the Marvel book that you seen that was red, you come to a page with Luke Cage here. It's got a lot of information on Luke Cage, what his powers are, his backstory. It talks a lot about the character. So it gives you a lot of information about these characters. It even talks about a side comic book they did called The Crew that had him and Storm, as well as Black Panther in this particular book. And they were very militant. A lot of people didn't like the fact that they were acting militant because they say it goes against the way they act in the comic books or whatever. You know, they got a section here on team-ups. Spider-Man and Human Torch. Spider-Man and Miss Marvel, a.k.a. Kamala Khan. You know, you got so much information in these books. You have House of M with the sorceress known as Scarlet Witch. They've got a lot of information on all the supervillains and superheroes of the Marvel Universe, and they've got a lot of pages. The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, led by Magneto. And you've got one of my favorite female characters of all time, who has her entire page of information right here, and her marriage to Black Panther, who is known as Storm, the Mistress of the Elements. They got a whole bunch of information about her, as well as one of the other most powerful females in the Marvel Universe, known as Jean Grey, also known as Phoenix at one time, as you can see in this picture right here, when she turned evil. For all you vampire hunters out there, or I should say vampire hunter lovers out there, we've got Blade, dedication page to him with all his information when he came out back in the 1970s. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without talking about one of the most big bads in comic book history, next to Darkseid in DC Comics, the Mad Titan himself, Thanos. He has 2 pages of information talking about his entire background story. Now, whether this be his original background story, I have no idea, but it's information about him, which is pretty cool. So this is definitely a book that you'd want to get if you're a Marvel fan. Now we're going to web swing into the pages of Spider-Man inside the world of your favorite neighborhood hero. And this is a book that I just got, and I started reading it already. I'm already 20 pages in because Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. Everybody knows that. There is a section here that shows the different various types of suits that Spider-Man has. I know when you played the Spider-Man video game, if you have on PlayStation, you know the different types of suits, and earning them was one of the biggest parts of the game besides the story. So of course we have the symbiote suit that he got back in the Secret Wars back in 1985. We've got the Sinister Six suit, the Armored Spider-Man. We've got the Ben Reilly costume, the Scarlet Spider, Iron Spider from Iron Man, the Ultimate Superior Spider-Man when he was Dr. Octopus, and then we've got this one from the 70s when he tried to get rid of his spider powers and grew other arms as an ailment. Cosmic Spider-Man, Fantastic Four Spider-Man right there, Stealth suit. We've got Armored Spider-Man, of course. Then you've got the Parker Industries. That's the newest one he's got. And of course his wrestler costume that he started out with when he started to become Spider-Man, when he started out in the beginning of the comic book series. There's also a section on friends and family of Peter Parker. Uncle Ben, you know, who was killed and told Peter with great power comes with great responsibility. His Aunt May, of course. His two parents, who were spies for the CIA that worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. Some of his friends over here. We got Flash Thompson that in this particular backstory, he lost his legs in the war. Harry Osborn. We've got J. Jonah Jameson Sr., who was J. Jonah Jameson's father. And some cop called Vin Gonzalez, who I guess is a newer character. I don't know about him at all. And of course, we have to talk about Peter Parker's love life, because we've got Mary Jane, we've got Deborah Whitman, we've got Betty Brant, who was his first girlfriend. We've got Marcy Kane. We've got a new character called Silk that has a thing for Peter Parker. Of course, Gwen Stacy, who died back in the day. Peter Parker never forgave himself for that when the Green Goblin kidnapped her. And of course, we have the Black Cat. And as you can see right here, this is the actual page from that comic when Gwen Stacy died. He webbed her as she was thrown off the bridge by the Green Goblin, and it broke her neck. And he never forgave himself for that. Even to this day, he still thinks about that and still hasn't forgiven himself. Gwen Stacy's father, Captain Stacy, who knew Spider-Man's identity, he died in a fight that Spider-Man had with Dr. Octopus. As the crumbling building came down, he pushed the little boy out the way and was caught in the rubble. So there's a lot of tragedy that has occurred in Spider-Man's life as well. Have an entire section dedicated to MJ, who of course is the current love interest, I believe, of Spider-Man. At one time, his wife. I don't know if they're married anymore because they changed the universe and the stories so many times, I can't even keep up. And I haven't gotten that far into this book yet, but I wanted to skip ahead just to put this on camera. There are some new threats that Spider-Man are facing now. So these are like newer villains that Spider-Man has been going up against. If you played the Spider-Man PS4 game, you know about Screwball, a very annoying character that you had to chase throughout the Spider-Man game. Well, this guy, the Rose, was actually a character that came out back in the 80s, and he's still active now. Menace is a new character I haven't heard of before. Mr. Negative, of course, is a newer character. He was the villain of Spider-Man PS4 video game. We've got, who's this here? Let's see who this character is. Paper Doll. We've got Raptor. We've got Overdrive. And who is this character? The Freak. Wow. So he's got some new people added to the Rogues Gallery now that want him dead and are causing problems and pretty much causing crime around the city. And lastly, before I go, I got this beautiful Spider-Man t-shirt. This is my second Spider-Man t-shirt, actually. I like the way the blue is like spray paint on the top, and it shows like the comic book page in the back and shows him in the front like he's coming out of the comic book. Spider-Man is and always will be my favorite character of all time when it comes to comics. I don't care if he's a white guy. I don't give a damn. He is a cool guy, and he's always been number one in my book, and he always will be. Anyway, thank you for watching this short little video on Marvel Comics Encyclopedia and Spider-Man. Everything you need to know, the ultimate guide. You can get it on Amazon for a very cheap price. I think I paid no more than about maybe $22 or $23 for the Spider-Man Ultimate Guide. And I paid about $18 for the book that I showed you with the information for all the other Marvel characters called the Marvel Comics Encyclopedia. Anyway, I'll probably be back with more because I have a Fantastic Four book coming. I got some figurines and models coming in, so I'll be back for my nerd corner again. But right now, I've got to go to work, so I'll see you guys soon. Take care, true believers.